That sounded like it hurt.
It did hurt.
All right, I'm almost done putting on my phone.
All right.
We ready?
George.
Yeah, I know.
I'm ready. Anyway, what is up, everybody?
I got a new
we
toy.
got loads and loads and loads
of shit
to talk about. But the first shitstorm we're going to talk about, actually, this is not shitstorm. This is our personal stuff. Take your ass over to iTunes. Go check out the Uncut Truth.
Uncut Truth is on a bit of a hiatus because I'm trying to get my life together. But I'm gonna. It's coming.
They
back.
just need to subscribe to your stuff so when it comes back, then they can download that shit.
Because
son.
I'm trying to get up. I'm trying to link up with Stefan. It looks like that's gonna happen Monday. And then Jimmy and I need to talk about a book that we've both read. Yes, people can read. And then me and you need to do one before I leave.
Oh, we're gonna do a good one. It's gonna be right off.
And yes, I said leave. The show will be canceled.
Yeah. Me, of course, you guys know I have the Kevin White Show. There's probably a logo above both of our heads. Go over to iTunes, subscribe to it. The shit is free. And you're going to find out some way we're going to make, we're going to help you guys out with iTunes, too.
And here's the other thing. If you guys are watching this and you haven't watched our other video about Chael Sonnen and our giveaway, go watch that.
Because we're actually, that's going to be released Monday, and you're going to see we're going to be giving away a lot of free shit.
And that's actually going to help you, because we're not asking anything but a couple clicks.
Yep. Now, we're going to roll right into, first thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about the shitstorm that is happening in...
Now, for all you
Penn
monkeys
State.
that were out there protesting this when this man got fired, I hope you can all look yourselves in the mirror and go, oh shit, maybe we should have got the facts before we acted like monkeys and burnt down the campus and flipped over shit and said how great and how this man was a saint. I'm sorry, and I know it's bad to badmouth somebody when they're dead, and I'm not even going to really badmouth him, but he is not what we all thought he was.
Right.
And I'm going to say some shit, purely speculation, and I don't think we'll ever know the answer. I think he had more involvement with this than we'll ever know.
Yeah,
that's just me. That's what my gut feeling is. Because I don't see how, as a man, you could possibly sit there and say, "Let's have mercy on him. Let's handle this so nothing happens wrong."
Well, this is the thing where, like, when everything started breaking out in '98 and all this stuff, and once you got word of it, I mean, you're my boy, but I'd have been like this: "Hey, George, you got to go."
And we haven't even known each other for 30 years.
Even if
they worked together for 30 years. Right. We're talking about Joe Paterno, by the way.
You got to go. I mean, this, and the thing is, I'm like, you'd have to go. Now, if I was so fucked up enough to cover your ass, I still would be like, you got to go. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that, everybody who loves Penn State and Penn State alumni and everything, I understand. It's your college. That doesn't mean you're fucked up. It doesn't mean that the other people. Yes, it does. No, not them. Not the people that went to. Georgia just wants to lay it on the whole university. But if it ever got to the board of trustees and the other people that are involved in the university.
But why didn't it?
I don't know, George. Why don't you tell me why it didn't get there?
Oh, because this cocksucker decided,
Yeah.
Nah, we're going to handle it. I'm sorry. The correct word I was looking for earlier was humanely.
Yeah.
And Jesse and I were talking about it, and she looked at me, and she goes, well, why didn't they take this as an opportunity to stand up and defend the kids? We'll never know.
Yeah.
Look, this shit's wrong. It was wrong in 98. It was wrong before that. It'll be wrong in the future. And Penn State missed a golden opportunity. And instead, people want the death penalty on the football. Dude, don't penalize the football team.
Yeah, because they didn't have any control of it.
Exactly.
I mean,
like, you think LeVar Arrington and Courtney Brown were there going, yeah, get him in the ass, Joe.
Right, yeah, they weren't fucking doing that. And people, what everybody has to look at.
It's the school.
The school
that needs to pay the penalties, not the football team.
Yeah, especially
this school should pay an astronomical amount of money in a civil suit. They should voluntarily pay an astronomical amount of money to everyone who took the balls to stand on that witness stand.
Has to. There's going to be people. Well, it's not. Let me tell you something. They did an 8-month investigation. I don't even know. They said it was the amount of emails that were passed back. It was just bizarre.
And here's the.
This guy Brees, no joke.
Here's the thing I don't understand. Look, I don't condone anything fucked up or unlawful, but for fuck's sake, why not cover your tracks a little bit better? Did you honestly think if you sent an email, the shit would not come back? Did Joe think that these just emails go into the ether and they just disappear?
I don't know.
Like, if you're going to do some grimy shit, think it out a little bit.
Right.
Just think it out a little bit. And the person that I'm just totally floored by is Joe Paterno's son. He had the audacity to stand in front of a microphone today and go, back in 98, they reported it to the police. So now the state of Pennsylvania Police Department is corrupt, and they're so fucking worried about the Penn State rep that they just said, hold on.
At
Your
this
fucking
point,
kids in the butt? Let me sweep that under there.
Right. This is the thing. I think Jay Paterno is in a fucking... He's in between a rock and a hard place. And in my opinion, if I was Jay Paterno, I'd be like, you know what? I mean, obviously, he wants to defend his father's honor. I think every son to some degree. I think you just don't take the interviews.
Thank you.
I just don't take the interviews. I'm like, you know what?
I was going to cut you off, but no, I'm glad I didn't. His whole family, the Paterno family, just needs to shut the fuck up.
They just need to shut the fuck up and stay out of it.
Your dad's dead. Let it go.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel sorry for him because it's his dad, but I mean, you need to just let the shit go. Now,
your dad harbored a rapist.
Yeah.
Like, seriously? You can't. What do you want?
Yeah.
What? There's nothing you can say and nothing you can do. The facts are the facts. Your dad openly harbored a rapist of children.
Yeah, and there's no people who go to Penn State are like, oh, and they feel like they have to protect Joe Paterno.
Oh, did you hear what they're giving freshmen?
What?
Butt plugs, because they're so young, they don't want anyone else up in there.
Oh, God, here come the bad jokes.
What? That's a bad joke? I mean, I'm just thinking. That's the first thing that popped up into my mind. I'd want one. You bend over there, you might get something put in your butthole.
No.
And no one's going to say anything, obviously.
Right.
Their new logo.
Right. Shut the fuck up. This is the thing. I have to ask people who are still trying to give Joe Paterno the benefit of the doubt. One, if it happened to your child, your little brother, or anybody who is a family member, would you take the same stance? Two, let's look at if Joe Paterno looked at this guy and said, have you lost your mind? And went and said, fuck it, I'm going to do everything I can, and made an announcement and said, look, this is what I'm doing. I'm the coach, head football coach of this football program. One of my coaches was doing this, and he stood up and he fought against what was going on. He would be a hero.
Yes,
he would be a hero.
Exactly.
Because it wasn't him doing it. He was doing everything he could from day one to prevent it.
Right.
And people would say, you know what, Joe Paterno is a great football coach, and he had some setbacks. And you know what, your football program at the time was kind of fucked up. And he'd been like, you know, maybe he would have lost his job, but you know what, his legacy still would have been.
At least he would go out on his sword.
Yeah.
Instead of this.
I mean, it's a lesson. It really is a life lesson when you look at that.
Speak the fuck up.
Speak the fuck up and think, you know, sometimes, you know, the repercussions will catch up with you down the road.
And the thing that just amazes me is that these people are so worried about Penn State and the name of Penn State. Well, why not use the name of Penn State for something good?
Yeah.
Instead of now it's going to... How long is this going to take to I mean... To get out from underneath
it's not going to, because it's just like the fucking Mitchell Report, George. It's ongoing. People are going to dig and dig. They're going to try to find things out, more and more things. You know why? Because just what you said earlier. People are going to be like, okay, well, if Joe Paterno was covering up, how involved is he in this? They're going to dig up into some ass. Now they're going to get their asses dug up into. Okay? Because
and the other thing that amazes me is he knows about it. He heard about it. He's confronted with it. He being Joe Paterno. Goes forth and tells, like, the people above Joe Paterno had the information. They were ready to go to, at least this is what the report says.
Right.
So Joe Paterno's bosses,
right.
So the athletic director and then one level up, they were ready to go to the police and say, we got some fucked up shit going on. Mm-hmm. They have a meeting with Joe Paterno and everything changes.
Yeah.
So, two men enter, one man enters from the other side, and everyone's mind gets changed.
Yeah.
And on top of that, Joe Paterno still never confronted Sandusky.
Right.
So if you steal something and everyone knows you stole it, but they're not going to say anything to you, you're like, fuck it. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah.
And Sandusky, this wasn't, I mean, like, I don't, it's just so disgusting.
You know, I mean, I don't see how, and it's just, I mean, Paterno is just one of many, in my opinion. I don't know. Rumors, shit happens. People talk. Stuff leaks out. I'm sure the guy who walked in on him says
shit happened all over his dick, and it leaked out. Yes.
Yeah, pretty much. You know, and I just think that there's no way there's that trickle down effect like other people weren't hearing things and raising an eyebrow. And I don't know how it didn't. I don't know how
it stayed this quiet for this long.
Exactly.
1998.
Yeah. And stuff happened prior to that too, probably.
14 years. Mm-hmm. So you knew something that happened 14 years ago, and you still didn't say anything about it at the end.
Look, man, this is another thing. When somebody wants to quietly get rid of you, all of a sudden, Jerry Sandusky, I mean, great, but all of a sudden, if you want them to go away, you can push them away. You know what I'm saying? that motherfucker was still living right off the campus. Mm-hmm. And that's where a lot of
hanging out in the locker room.
Hanging out in the locker room.
Trifling old man.
So, I mean, they made no effort to get rid of him.
No.
I don't care.
Next
There's
to none.
Penn State alumni are saying, oh, yeah, you guys are just fucking blind if you can't see. It's unfortunate, but it happened, and this investigation has showed everything. I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. But we're going to get the fuck off that fucking sombering bullshit.
Oh, because I'm sure in the next month or two we're going to have more to add to it.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I don't think, like Kevin said, I don't think this is going away.
Oh, fuck no, it's not going away.
8-month investigation.